So that's pretty much how everything works. You can set it up any which way you want, of course, like Android. Your settings are pretty involved. Of course, it comes with a Wi-Fi dongle. You can get a 3G device, 3G, 4G modem to run off of it. I don't have that hooked up right now, but I have one. It works pretty flawlessly. My recommendations always use Wi-Fi and tether with your phone, which you can see right now. It's using that Android access point from my phone. Using auto tether on my phone. Once it hits that Bluetooth, it knows to turn that on. So Bluetooth, that has two settings essentially. It'll have your phone Bluetooth for call answering and for streaming media and so on and so forth, but it also has OBD Bluetooth. So it's essentially got two Bluetooth settings and two Bluetooth devices within it, as far as I understand, for those two purposes. So sound, it's got some settings for sound, display, brightness, that sort of stuff. Storage is a little interesting how it's broken up. It's got your normal Android system partition. It's also got an internal storage of about 2 gigs, which is used as the SD card partition. Then, of course, you have your actual SD card partition. Doesn't really cause any issues, but it's interesting to know. Apps, as you'd figure, location, so it's got pretty much all your standard settings of an Android device, except for when you get down to the system, there's more car settings. This is where it gets interesting. You can adjust the USB, whether or not you can play video when you're driving, whether or not the headlights kick on, the lighting of your stereo, your steering wheel controls, so that'll actually launch that app that I showed you earlier. Set your default navigation, so that's for both the home screen and for the GPS button, which will launch it. So you can see I've already set it for Waze. It'll go back to that. So there's that. So the standby function, this is one of the best functions. You can do, this thing has a battery within it. This will do a quick start mode basically. So you saw cold boot, which is probably 30 seconds or so to full launch. Once you set this within certain different time periods, it'll say in basically a standby mode. So I have it set for within 2 hours to do the quick start. So I'm going to kill my key. It's obviously off. I'm going to put my key back in. And it's already on. Every time. Car off. Car on. So you have different settings that you can use.